This is Edinburgh's national monument, although it has been described by some as a national disgrace. Let me tell you why. It all started in 1822 when a group of wealthy Edinburgh figures began fundraising for a monument to commemorate the Scots who had died in the Napoleonic Wars. The plan was to build a replica of the ancient Parthenon in Athens, following the exact dimensions. And this was a pretty big undertaking. The lintels on top of the columns that you can see needed 12 horses and 70 men just to bring them up this hill to the building site. Indeed, it turned out to be rather too big of a task because they ran out of money and work stopped in 1829 with only the 12 columns you can see today intact. And the structure has never been completed to this day. And for this reason, some people have quite rudely called it a national disgrace, although I quite like it. I think it's got character. Now, it's just one of the structures on Calton Hill in Edinburgh. Nearby is the Nelson Monument, a 30-metre high upturned telescope built to commemorate Admiral Nelson, who died leading his fleet to victory at the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805. And at the top is a navigational aid, a time ball, which is dropped at 1 o'clock each day. And this was to allow the ships that were out in the port of Leith to synchronise their chronometers. Now, of course, this only worked with fair weather. It didn't work if it was foggy. And so in 1861, they also began firing the 1 o'clock gun from Edinburgh Castle as a backup. And there's all sorts of other monuments here. We've got the Dugald Stewart Monument, built to commemorate one of the important figures of the Scottish Enlightenment. And the design, which was by William Playfair, along with many of the other structures and buildings here on Calton Hill, was inspired by ancient Greek architecture. And along with the Scottish Enlightenment, which was happening, and the focus on learning and philosophy and universities, and the building of the new town, perhaps it's no surprise that Edinburgh acquired a new nickname: the Athens of the North.